Volume now. I wasn't going to come on, but I decided why not. If I randomly disconnect just because it's so cold out, my phone keeps connecting and then disconnecting to the network. Holy crap. Right now, it's like negative 28 degrees Celsius. I've got a bonfire going out there, but I'm not going back outside. Holy crap. Holy crap. Good night, Cornish. But holy crap, it is so cold out. Negative 30. And I'm fucking in a makeshift shelter in the woods. Got a fire going on outside. Holy hell. But it's not worth going out there. I just stoked the fire, so I'm good for another 5 hours. At least it's not snowing anymore. Oh, shit. Like, you go out there, it's so cold, your face stings. I went out to use the bathroom, and it froze before it hit the ground. Literally froze to hit the ground. Hey, John John. Good night, Garnish. But I had a horrible headache today, so I decided to take a walk. Got all dressed up, took a walk to the reservation. Got myself some juice for my vape because I really wanted it, and I don't want to be angry with a headache in the cold, so I got the 6 milligram nicotine one, $8. And they have a restaurant. They've got a sub shop on the resi, and I got myself a sub from them, a moose meatball marinara. A meatball sub. The meatball were made out of moose. It was good. Crow guy, I know. I could have helped. Well, I'm not going to because I'm prepared for it. I've got my blankets up over me. I've got a raging fire going on outside. I'm going to make it. I just got to make it through today, and then tomorrow it's not as bad. It's starting to warm up tomorrow, and then Monday it's going to be 0. So from negative 30 to 0, it's going to feel like summer. 30-degree difference. Ontario, I'm up near Sudbury. Yeah, I agree, Crow. Screw the system. But, Denoza, I gotta do something here. You're here. How do I do this? Just mod. Yes, on terrible, but holy crap, it is legit. Now that I'm under here, I've got my heated blanket on. All my sleeping bags over me. I want to get a couple more. I want to get $100 sleeping bag that's for negative 40, so it'll be really warm. But yeah, I can't put any links in. Mason, I am actually. Nah, I'm in my skivvies. But when it's cold out and you're under sleeping bags, it's the best way to stay warm. Your body heat, if you're in a lot of clothing, your body heat dissipates throughout the clothing, and you'll end up being a lot colder. The less you have on underneath sleeping bags, the warmer you'll actually be. Your body heat gets trapped within the sleeping bags, and you're generally a lot warmer. The colder it is, the less you should wear under the sleeping bags. Oh, I'm not handsome. I look like I got hit in the face with a shovel a couple times. But yeah, that's it's cold out. It's the kind of weather that you could take boiling water, throw it into the air, and it'll freeze before it hits the ground. It'll turn into snow. I went out to take a piss earlier and it did that. Like it was like little blocks of ice hitting the ground. It was hilarious. Okay, hey, I don't do any narcotics like that, man. Yeah, I don't need to, Nicholas. I don't need to get banned. This channel is my mental health line. And Taco Master, you rock. Thank you for the super. I appreciate it. That's the thing is homelessness is on the rise, especially in Canada and the United States. For our economies are shit, and it's only going to get worse. And the thing is people don't know how to actually survive, like in the cold. When you're in the city, there's a lot more options. Like you go to a coffee shop or something like that. But I'm way up in the country. I'm like in the middle of nowhere. Literally, the closest city is Sudbury, and for me to go from here to there right now, walking would take 3 hour walk, three and a half hour walk. Closer to Sudbury, I'm right near Sudbury. I'm just west of Sudbury, about 3 hours walking, 20-minute car ride. Hot water bottles would be nice, but that would have me having to heat the water up. I'm fine. I've got a heated sleeping bag plus one more full power bank after this one dies, plus the one in there. I haven't really left. I went down to Toronto for. I went there to sign some paperwork. That's the last time I went to Toronto. I didn't get the insurance either, so that sucks. But my work is up here. I have a job. It might be just part time, but it's something. Power banks. I've got a lot of power banks. That's how I keep my phone charged. Okay, that's gonna. You're freaking me out. Just put user in time. Oh. Yeah. Oh well, live and alive. No, I'm where I am. I'm not moving from this spot for the rest of the night. Like, I walked here to the reservation. I picked myself this up. It is peach flavored, 6% nicotine. I thought I'd quit. I was trying to quit. I was using the non-nicotine one, but living with a headache in the cold isn't fun with the anger and stuff. So I decided to pick that up, and $8 for the refill. So why not? I've got a little bit of supplies here, but today I had a sub when I was at the Resi. There's a small sub shop. It's kind of funny. The sub shop is in like a trailer, like the kind of trailer someone lives in, like someone's home, a trailer home. They've got half of it cut off. Half of it is like a sub shop. The other half they live in. And I had a meatball sub sandwich. I brought it back here and ate it. It was a moose meatball sub, moose meatball marinara. It doesn't, Francis. It releases endorphins, not testosterone. It gives you the chill feeling. Yeah, it's very light on the nicotine. I was at the 20 milligrams, but I'm trying to quit. I had a 0 milligram juice. I actually have another bottle of the 0 milligram juice. It's cold and I want to feel some comfort. Moose is delicious. Oh, my meds will be bought and paid for on the Monday. I'm gonna go pick up my medication on Monday. I get my YouTube money and everything I've got. I've got enough to cover my meds and get some supplies when I'm there. Crow guy, that's because I hate to say this, but it's true. It's not always the case, but homelessness goes with mental illness very well. Same with addiction. It's sad to say that not all homeless people are mentally ill or addicted, but the ones you see and the ones you're going to come in contact with, typically, there's a lot of them that are. So that's why I say if you want to do a good deed and you want to go give blankets or stuff out to the homeless people, go with somebody because you never know if you're going to run into a batshit crazy person that wants to chop your feet off. I have no way to blast music. Francis, what you're talking about are there are two separate kinds of seizures. I have MS. My seizures aren't related to MS or they're not epileptic based seizures. So there's not many treatment options. My seizures are they're based on stress and anxiety. To control my seizures, I am on two different kind of medications, and they're anti-anxiety medications and antidepressants that help control my seizures. But they're they're not caused by multiple sclerosis, but they are a byproduct of it, I guess. Oh, meds are fucking expensive. No, I'm not able to save a damn penny. Like, pretty much every penny I make at the end of the month from work goes towards my meds, plus the extra I get from the YouTube ad revenue pretty much keeps me alive. No, no, no. The one anti-anxiety is kind of like a super low dose Xanax. Crow guy, I'm doing negative 30 right now. It's negative 30 right now. Have I ever done it? I'm doing it right now. For the next today and tomorrow, it's negative 30. Jerry, I wish I could do it. I could find another job. It's not like I'm not looking for a second job. That's the only email I have is on my bio. Yes. But no, man, it's not like I'm not looking for a second job. You know how hard it was to get this one job? It's like an easy answer. Oh, you're homeless, you need some money, go get a job. It's not that easy when you're homeless. Uh, People don't want to hire you. It took 10 months to get this job. In fact, I was looking every single day in Toronto for 10 straight months. 15 resumes out a day, 5, 6 interviews a week. Nothing. No one wants to hire you if you've got no fixed address on your identification because they require you to identify yourself. They will take your ID and they'll even search your address if there is an address on your identification. If it links back to a shelter, you're screwed. They don't want to hire a homeless person. I had to travel from Toronto 6 hours north to Sudbury for a job interview that I didn't get the job that I went for. I was trying to get into a motel, hotel kind of deal as a night auditor. They didn't hire me, and I just so happened to find a second interview at my current employer for part time where she hired me on the spot. I was very fortunate to get the job that I've got. Cornish is probably asleep. Oh, Patriot, I agree, man. I agree. Like, I'm fortunate. I think I have a very stable form of MS. The medications that I'm on 9 different medications, 25 pills a day, and it's helping out a lot. Like before got the actual diagnosis and I got on the right meds, they experimented for about 2 months after I got my diagnosis with different medications, different dosages until I got to where I am. And now, before that, it was like I walked with a horrible, horrible limp where my left leg would drag behind me as I took a step. I could barely lift it up. And it felt like my leg was getting crushed, shocked, stabbed, shot, and get set on fire all at the same time. It was true hellish pain. On this new, on the dosages I am, and with the medication that I'm actually able to walk. Like, I'm able to get around. Crow Guy, I've been fighting for ODSP for 4 years. They don't want to give it to you in Ontario. They want to offer you MAID. In fact, they sit you down to try to convince you to take MAID. I've got a lawyer dealing with all that for me. Crow Guy, you're lucky. What are you on ODSP for? They didn't offer me MAID. They sat me down in a room multiple times and tried to convince me that MAID is my best option. Ontario works. Your Ontario works, though. That's like, how much are you getting a month? I tried to get Ontario work. That's welfare. And the most they would give a person on the streets is $300 a month. My YouTube makes that. And I've got a job. Medical assistance in death. Yeah, assisted suicide is MAID. Well, spam, you're wrong about that. You are absolutely wrong about that, spam. I have had it. They've sat me down in that little room to try to convince me to take MAID on. They got me for 2 times for 2 hours. They tried to go for a third. The last time they tried to get me in the little room with the security guards out in front, making think I can't leave. I told her, she said, we just want to try to tell you what we think is best for you. And I asked the woman that's saying, well, she was trying to convince me. When they got me in the room, she said, oh, we just want to talk to you about what we think is best for you. And then they bring the big blue book out with all the wonders of MAID in it. And I said to her, you know what I think is best for you before we get started? You taking a cock up your ass. And I walked out the door. That was the last time they suggested MAID to me. That's my breath. It's negative 30 degrees Celsius. That's like negative 21 Fahrenheit. All I do, if I hold my breath in, let it heat up a little bit, you see how really fucking cold it is. Hey, platypus, just chilling for a bit. I'll show you. That's how cold it is. I'm in my blankets. I'd say it's about 1 or 2 degrees in the shack here. If I touch the wall, you hear crunch, crunch, crunch because everything is frozen. But I've got a fire going on outside that's keeping it here fairly okay. Though, man, the moose meatball marinara sub was fantastic. Moose is like the best beef you could ever have, if that makes sense. Like, moose meat, it kind of tastes really, really beefy. It's like the beefiest beef that's not even beef. Francis, I'm not in Toronto. I am 5 hour drive north of Toronto. I'm up in Sudbury. Yeah, no, I walked up to, I went to the reservation to get some more juice for the vape. You can get the bottles to refill it for $8 there. And they've got a few restaurants at the Resi. They're all in like trailer homes, like, you know, what your kind of trailer, platypus. And I walked in to check it out. And yeah, it's a sub shop, and on their menu is a moose meatball marinara. So I'm like, huh, I could either have that or a cold cut combo. I went for moose meat. Well, Debbie, hopefully they don't, because with Maid, it's a very slippery slope. When it first came in, it was meant for people who are going to die, that are going to suffer, that are terminal, and they're going to suffer. And now, all you need, you can get it if you're depressed. All you need is two doctors to sign a piece of paper to say, yeah, you can do it. I've had pepperoni. But man, if you're in a restaurant or a place like that and you see something you would normally never see anywhere else, like a moose meatball sandwich, moose meat, what are you going to get? That, or are you going to get the chicken sandwich? You're going to get the moose meat. You got to try something different. And it was fan-fucking-tastic. Oh, you're lucky. I wish I could do the van life, but they took all my licenses away. But yeah, one thing I am looking at right now is I found property further up north than here that is dead cheap. If I could get $20,000 behind me, I could buy the property. You can buy it for like $5,000 and maybe $2,000 or less worth of materials. I'd build myself a circular or a round house with solar panels on top, proper bed, where I could have a dog and do some growing of my own food and whatnot. My own land. I can never get my license back. I have seizures. The only way I can ever possibly get my license back. See, I've got MS, but I also have a seizure issue or disorder, whatever you want to call it. For me to be even applicable to get my driver's license back, I would have to go 365 days without a single seizure. And they have ways of testing it. They take your blood, they can tell through your blood that if you have or have not had a seizure. You have to go a year without a seizure. And if you have one seizure in that year, afterwards, they take it away again. But I've got MS. And the seizures are just something else. Oh, no, no. I would. Sheds at Home Depot are expensive. I can make a shed from Home Depot for like $100. I would. I would like it to have some comfort and luxury. I would do a roundhouse. All I would buy the wood for is the basic foundation to get it up off the ground, and maybe the flooring. The rest I would take trees for and do again just full log, strip them down and seal coat them, and do a circular house right around it because a circular area is more energy efficient, less lighting to light it, less. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, up here, to do what I want to do is you would purchase some land that is called unincorporated land or unserviced land. So you don't need any building permits to put anything up. You can just build, and again, you can get that for like $5,000 for 5-6 acres of land. Hey, bushcraft. It really would be, but I know how to build as well, and I wish I could show you what I have in my mind. I know exactly how I would build that. Again, it would be a circular house, maybe 25 feet across. Nice big windows at one side of the construction, and a door. One partition that goes halfway across the room, so the left side can be my bedroom. In front of that can be a TV room. Beside that can have a kitchen table, and back there can be my kitchen and a bathroom. I wouldn't need more than that, and have a dog. Crow guy, because I have a mobile phone. Mobile phones work pretty much everywhere. Mind you, the connection isn't that fantastic all the time. It'll sometimes bug out up here, but I've got a mobile phone. I've not blacked out for a year. Yeah, I want a dog. I want a German Shepherd. I would like to name him or her Bean. He's a long-haired German Shepherd, a long-haired King Shepherd. You know, big fluffy dog that's super loyal to you, that just wants to hang out with you all day. Uh, long time ago, I've had a dog. Very long time ago. But when I was growing up, I had a rabbit. That's the thing. Big dogs are friendly and lovable and fluffy and squishy. It's the little ones you gotta watch out for. Francis, thank you very much. You rock. And you're getting a like for that. Well, I like the big dogs because smart dogs too. Like, there's a reason why I like German Shepherds is they are a very loyal dog. Like, they protect the family. They just want to be with their family. I like golden retrievers for a different reason because they're so stupid and dopey and friendly and love everybody. But I like German Shepherds because they're same, but they attach themselves to a small group of people and they're just that person's dog, where a golden retriever is everybody's dog. Or even a Labrador retriever. They're all the best parts of a golden retriever with the loyalty of a German Shepherd. But I like long haired dogs. Yeah, I don't know what I would get. All countries are in crisis. Uh, nah. But oh, fuck. I'm warm underneath the blanket. That's it. That's all I got. Uh, it's one of those things like you've never hear of an aggressive golden retriever, and if you do, how bad did you have to fuck up to make a golden retriever aggressive? Shelters are death. You don't go to a shelter. You go to shelters. You get three things at shelters. You get robbed, you get introduced to all the drugs in the world, and you get bed bugs or you get something called gastritis. Shelter, this is safer than a shelter. I'm warm. The air is a little bit cold, but I've got enough blankets to make it through the night. I've got a big ass fire going on outside. I am more than okay. I'm a bushman. I'm fine. The shelters are worse than this. I wouldn't wish a shelter on my worst enemy. I'm not just outside. It's frozen to heck, but you can you can hear the crunchiness of the shelter I'm in. It's all crunchy and stuff because it's got a layer of ice around it because of the condensation. I'm not spending money on a hotel or a bed and breakfast or anything like that. That's I'm gonna be $150 for a night, and $150. That's like 2 weeks or 3 weeks worth of supplies for me. Sort of, yes. I had a tent, a really cheap tent. That was my backup. I took a day to pack leaves when it was still nice out up in garbage bags, crushed them down, put them down on the ground as a base, and put the tent over that so there's some cushioning off the ground. In the tent, I put down a tarp, my sleeping pads, a painter's tarp, and under me there's 3 sleeping bags. Over me there's 4. Around the tent, I put a sheet, just a white bed sheet over that. I taped flattened garbage bags full of leaves all over it, so it's got some insulation over that. I've got an orange concrete tarp for winterized construction jobs, and over that, I have a green tarp, and it works. They're all locked, and I'm nowhere actually near the city. So I'm up near Sudbury, and if you look on the map, Sudbury is a very it's very far up north, and there are thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of wilderness. I For me to get into the nearest town would take me 3 hours to walk. I am legit deep in the woods. Deer. I've got a lot of deer. I haven't seen a moose yet. I know they're around. I know they're bears. I've saw a bear. Lots of rabbits and foxes. Coyotes. Always coyotes all night long. Pretend to be. Man, I'm not a tough guy. Like I am by no means am I tough. Like I'm a big guy. I walk with a limp. Big smile on my face. I'm gonna get stabbed, but I'm warm. I'm gonna get a good night's sleep tonight. Got a fire outside, and tomorrow I might even cook something nice. Oh man, there's a lot of difference than of being outside. I can deal with being outside. It's humans I can't really deal with. I get this bad. I can't even ride on a city bus. I get this horrible social anxiety when there's a bus that I've got to get on to that's packed. I can hitchhike no problem. In a car with another person, no problem. In fact, I have no problem getting picked up by random strangers driving me to town. It's the weirdest thing ever. Usually, it's a single woman traveling alone. Any time of the day, that's what stops, picks me up, and drops me off into the town. Every single day I go into town. Tried to get a PO box, way too expensive for me. Tried to do it through UPS, but they will not accept Amazon packages at UPS. Dale, why am I where I am? Because it's close to my work, it's close to my job, and far enough away from town I won't be, descended on by crackheads, and it's legal for me to be where I am. I'm on crown land, so they can't kick me off. Crow guy, I got sick. I started having seizures. Then I lost my licenses. I was a crane operator for many, many years. Like, legit. The tower cranes. I helped put up many of the buildings downtown Toronto when I was working. But you lose your licenses when you start having seizures. That happened. I was in the hospital for a bit. Got out. Found out my wife was fucking all my friends. Yay, me. And I got divorced and have been fighting to get on disability for like 4.5 years. And yeah, my funds ran out. And instead of squatting at the apartment I was at, not paying rent, I left. I came out to talk to the owner and says I can't pay. And I'd like my deposit back still. And he said, okay, fine. And I left. Thank you, Francis. You're freaking awesome. No, that Dale, I'd like to be a homesteader. I want to get the money ahead of me to homestead. All it would take is one video to get 1 million views. That'd give me like $43,000 with 1 million views from a long form video. And I would be able to get my little homestead, solar panel, power, internet, everything. You're wrong about that. 1 million views. I get for 1,000 views, I get $20 for a long form video. So 10,000 would be $200. 100,000 would be $2,000. 1 million would be over $20,000, and that's if it's a 5 minute or less long video. If it is a 10-minute long video with an ad break in the middle, it would be closer to $40 per 1,000 views. Exactly. That's what I would like to be, completely self sufficient. And I'm at the point where I don't know if I can do this much longer. This being here talking, because I've got to pee really bad. That's one thing about being in the cold. Oh, you always gotta pee. Oh, thank you, John John. Luke, I've never been able to do that. That grosses me out. I will still get up, get out, and go use the bathroom like a regular human being. I can build my own little plot of land, and I wouldn't do it alone. So if I had the money behind me, I would get the cheap plot of land, and I would put it an all call out onto the YouTube channel saying, "Hey, I've got the land now. If it's something you've always wanted to, I'm going to make sure I have Starlink. You can move onto the land. You'll never have to pay anything, and your spot is yours forever. I just might need to drive into town now and again and some help building some stuff. And if you work from home, it's your spot. There will be Starlink internet, so I would have someone there to help. At least that's what my plan would be. That's what I would do, is just invite anybody who needs the spot, who can work remotely, so they have it. They never have to pay a damn penny to me. But that's the dream, at least. Well, here the thing is I know how to build. I don't necessarily need to know how to do electrical work, but I think with solar it's a lot less complicated. But I know how to build. I know how to do it so it won't fall over, and I know how to do it with natural materials. I know how to strip them. I could build a couple roundhouses, and yeah, I don't know how it's got down to urine, because I really gotta pee. Well, bluegrass outdoors. It really depends on your CMP, your how much you get paid per 1,000 views. Mine is unbelievably high compared to the average. I know people that are getting $2, $3, $4 per 1,000 views. Man, my per 1,000 views on my longs, it's $20.30. My shorts, my what I get for 10,000 shorts is what some people are getting for 1,000, is more than what people get for 1,000 long form. Like my shorts per 10,000 views is like $18, and most people are for 10,000 on shorts are getting 25 cents. It's because of the demographic of the people that are tuning into my channel. I'm getting people with the purchasing power between the ages of 27 and 60, and they're all from the United States, Canada, and the UK. Very rich countries. That's all that are viewing me. If you're getting people that are viewing from India or countries that are less valuable per dollar, your CMP will be a lot lower. That's shorts. I'm talking long form. And even then, like I had one long form that hit like 30,000 views, and that was several months ago, and that got me about $65. It's really dependent on where people are viewing you from and the age of people are you viewing you from. You should go check your analytics, and if they're all people under the age of like 17 or over the age of 65, you're going to be making a lot less money. The advertisers' dollars don't go as far. But that is fantastic. I wish I could get a video to 36 million views, especially a long form. That is amazing. I'm gonna have to check your channel out. You know what, Bluegrass, are you still here? If you are, I hope you could go onto my YouTube profile and send me an email. I would love to see your channel. Or definitely join the Discord. I'd like to have a talk with you sometime. Bluegrass Outdoors. I'm taking a screenshot, and when I find you, I'm going to send you a message. And now, thank you, Luke. I appreciate that. But hey, guys, I'm going to be hanging out in the Discord for a little bit. Uh, I'm going to grab my other power bar, and hopefully we can get a game or something going. But I'm going to have to let you guys go. I'm at the point where I'm about to explode. I really got to pee. So I'll say good night. I'm surviving. Thanks for tuning in. But I really got to pee so badly. Oh, shit.